It is the end of the road for the Chevy Camaro, at least for now.
Siobhan, GM says demand for the Camaro has decreased in recent years. This current model is the 6th generation.
The Chevrolet Camaro has been a staple of American muscle cars for 57 years, but in 2024, it will be discontinued. What motivated GM to take down this iconic car? Let's find out. The Chevrolet Camaro, one of America's iconic pony cars and a stalwart of American racing, is being discontinued by GM. The track-ready V8 Camaro, which inspired fervent fan loyalty, collections, and even personalized names, now faces an uncertain future. As GM moves towards electrification, it's unclear if the Camaro will return in an electric form, leaving fans to ponder the fate of this American motoring icon. As we venture further into the 21st century, the auto industry is being reshaped by technological innovations. As part of the global shift away from fossil fuels, GM has committed $35 billion to electric and autonomous vehicle development by 2025. The decision to discontinue the Camaro, a traditional gas-powered muscle car, is reflective of this trend, even if it's not the stated reason. As GM focuses more on electric and autonomous technologies, vehicles like the Camaro are less aligned with the company's vision. The future undoubtedly holds intriguing changes for GM's lineup. Francisco Mercado, known as Cisco, fell in love with the Chevrolet Camaro in 2009 after seeing it in the Transformers movie. Since then, his passion for this iconic car has been unwavering, making him the president of New York 5th Gen, a club for Camaro enthusiasts. His story mirrors many others who revere the Camaro, an automobile that was GM's answer to the Ford Mustang in 1966. These were gas-guzzling, muscular sports cars designed to make a statement on the road. Although the Camaro sold 221,000 units in its first year, it was only half of what the Mustang sold in 1964. Despite that, over the years, the Camaro has carved its unique path in history. Unlike other muscle cars, the Camaro has been about the entire driving experience, handling well and capable of competing with high-performance sports cars globally. From its inception, the Camaro has been closely tied to racing, with its debut at the Indy 500 in 1967 and 1969. The tradition carried on for generations, with its most popular year being 1979, when 282,571 units were sold, 85,000 of them being Z28s. The Camaro's philosophy has always been about providing affordable performance in a two-door coupe or convertible form, with dynamic V8s adding to its allure. While the top-end Camaros like the ZL1 with the LE1 track package can reach prices of $80,000, they're considered more affordable than luxury sports cars like Corvettes, Porsches, or Ferraris. The Camaro's appeal transcends income levels, minorities, gender, and various walks of life, embodying youthfulness, attitude, and fun. Over the years, consumer preferences have increasingly leaned towards more eco-friendly, fuel-efficient vehicles, driven by factors like high gas prices, environmental concerns, and the rising availability of electric vehicles. The Chevrolet Camaro, with its average 22 miles per gallon in the city and 30 miles per gallon on the highway, doesn't quite match up to the efficiency standards set by its contemporaries, including electric vehicles. Although GM hasn't explicitly cited changing consumer preferences as a reason for the Camaro's discontinuation, it's clear this shift influences their evolving lineup. However, it isn't without its compromises. Notoriously known for its poor visibility, the Camaro has often been listed as one of the worst in its category by Consumer Reports. But for fans like Cisco and his club, these compromises are worth it for the thrill of driving the Camaro. Unfortunately, with GM's transition to electric vehicles, this iconic, gas-guzzling beast's future remains uncertain, leaving its fans to ponder its fate. Competition also adapted, with GM's rival Stellantis planning to end the gasoline version of its Challenger, and Ford adding an electric crossover to its Mustang line. Chevrolet itself unveiled a hybrid version of its Corvette in 2023. The increasing push to outlaw new internal combustion engine vehicles, with over 20 countries, including the UK, France, Germany, and China, setting bans, has undoubtedly impacted the automotive industry's trajectory. Regulations and standards are pushing manufacturers towards electric vehicles to combat climate change. This may explain why the gas-powered Camaro doesn't align with GM's future vision. Although not explicitly mentioned, it's evident that these global regulatory shifts are influencing GM's decisions, pushing the firm towards a greener future as demand for electric vehicles escalates globally. The Chevrolet Camaro was first discontinued in 2002 due to declining sales, but due to the efforts of individuals like Scott Settelmeyer, a former product manager measure for Camaro, it made a comeback. The concept was introduced in 2006, tapping into a rich heritage of the brand. It resonated with enthusiasts, leading to its reintroduction in 2009 as a 2010 model. The car sold over 61,000 units in 2009, and sales hovered around 80,000 for several years. However, sales started to dip by 2019, falling to about 48,000 units, as the market shifted towards crossover utility vehicles and away from sports cars. By 2022, the market share of sports cars had shrunk to less than 2%, while CUVs grew to almost 50%, and pickup trucks to 20%. Despite a 12.6% increase in sales from 2021, the Camaro's 24,652 units in 2022 paled in comparison to GM's best-selling vehicles, the pickup trucks and SUVs. Regulatory changes also impacted the Camaro's visibility. Emission regulations and fuel economy mandates from Biden's administration required an average of 49 miles per gallon across the automaker's fleet by 2026, more than twice GM's current average. In the context of increasing emphasis on sustainability and climate change, corporations are feeling the pressure to lessen their environmental impact. GM, a pioneer in electric vehicle and sustainable technology development, plans to invest $35 billion in electric and autonomous vehicles in 2025. This strategic shift is a clear indication of GM's dedication to a more sustainable future. The discontinuation of the Camaro, a gas-powered muscle car, can be viewed as a decisive move towards this commitment, underlying GM's intent on creating a sustainable product line. While not explicitly stated, it's evident that GM's desire to enhance its corporate reputation in sustainability is influencing their decisions as they adapt to the evolving auto industry and growing demand for environmentally friendly vehicles. The Camaro's production was also impacted by recent industry challenges, including the 2019 GM workers' strike that cost the company around $4 billion, and the supply chain issues in 2021 and 2022 due to the COVID-19 pandemic. These pressures made it difficult to maintain production for a car that accounted for just over 1% of GM's US sales. Thus, the Camaro became a casualty of shifting market trends, stricter regulatory requirements, and industry disruptions. The discontinuation of the Camaro presents GM with the challenge of losing an iconic brand with a passionate fan base. However, experts believe this could open avenues for the Camaro to reincarnate under an electric vehicle or SUV brand, as Chevy continues to be a performance brand. The company even suggested that the future Camaro EV is plausible given the broader industry shift towards electrification. Camaro is currently built on the same platform as several Cadillac vehicles, a brand that GM plans to transition to electric. Despite the end of this Camaro's production, there is optimism that the brand will return when the right technology is available, similar to its revival in 2006. Transitioning to EVs presents a financial challenge for GM. GM, a pioneer in autonomous vehicle technology, has heavily invested in cruise automation, making it one of the world's most advanced self-driving car companies. Believing autonomous vehicles to revolutionize transportation, GM is channeling significant resources into research, development, and real-world testing. The discontinuation of the Camaro, despite its popularity, might be a strategic move to reallocate resources to bolster their autonomous vehicle program. It seems like the company's commitment to transformative technologies influenced the decision to discontinue the Camaro. As of 2023, many EV manufacturers operate in negative margins, while Tesla maintains a 10 to 15% operating margin. GM anticipates achieving single-digit profits on its EV portfolio by 2025, but there's a balancing act involved, managing the decline of combustion engine vehicles and the profitability drag from increasing the EV portfolio. Pricing competition in the EV market is intensifying, with Tesla leading the way in price cuts. The crowded, high-performance, high-priced EV market might necessitate lower pricing for broader market penetration. The average price of an EV was around $61,000 in 2022, significantly more than the Camaro's starting price of $26,000. GM aims to sell EVs at mainstream prices, with the upcoming Chevrolet Equinox EV targeted at around $30,000, slightly above the base price for the combustion version. Charging infrastructure is another challenge. Many potential EV buyers lack home charging facilities. Lastly, EV driving experiences differ significantly from traditional cars, with unique sounds, driving dynamics, and instant torque, which may require some adjustment from traditional Camaro fans. Despite these challenges, GM assures Camaro enthusiasts that the brand will return, potentially as an EV, leveraging the power of torque offered by electric motors. So what do you think motivated GM to take down the Chevy Camaro? Was it declining sales, a shift towards electric vehicles, or something else? Let me know in the comments below.